Climatiqueen. We learn that Adrien needs to cut back on doom scrolling. We meet Aglaé. She seems sus. Adrien needs to find a passion. Aurora is akumatized into Climatiqueen. We get a cool shot of Cat Noir cataclysming a train. Cat Noir finds being a superhero passion-worthy. Max has a new transformation into Pegasus. New Butterfly Miraculous holder hangs out in a fire hazard. Adrien meets Sublime and finds his passion running. Illustrhater. Marinette loses all character development and is scared to be alone with Adrien. Ali investigates the new holder of the Butterfly Miraculous. Are we ever going to see Maya Bustier akumatized? We're only at episode 2 and questioning the production order. Miraculous holders are free to transform and help with civilian matters, but have to wait to be called for an akumatized villain. Maya is akumatized into the Illustrhater. Remember, if a deal seems too good to be true, it probably is. Ali becomes Deputy Guardian and receives a kwami from Tikki. New Butterfly Miraculous holders not afraid to leave the house. Sublimation. Marinette loses all character development again and returns back to her Season 1 personality. She wants to become friends with Sublime. Sublime's resourceful and doesn't need any help. Marinette pretends to be Serpinator to hide her stalking from Sublime. Sublime can't talk to Marinette because she's at an important trial for a new sponsor. Serpinator gets soap on Sublime's prosthetics. Ladybug shows up, causing Sublime to break her running prosthetics. Caroline is akumatized into Sublimation. Ladybug lets herself get hit by Sublimation's powers. But it has no effect because she is the best version of herself. Apparently Ladybug knows about anti-akumas. Cat Noir of course gets hit with an anti-akuma. Ladybug discovers she was the villain in this akumatization. Marinette and Sublime become friends. Miss Tsurugi becomes Sublime's sponsor. Daddycop. Marinette is having trouble not being in control of everything. Sabrina goes around taking scooters without asking. The girls have planned a movie night on a school night. Zoe's hiding something from her past. Sabrina rejects the akuma in seconds. Roger is akumatized into Daddycop. Sabrina goes to renounce her Miraculous, but Ladybug convinces her to keep it. We get Miss Hound's transformation. Cat Noir of course gets hit with an anti-akuma again. Naru's not having a good time. Sabrina arrives to school with her new look. Ray holds the secret to Zoe's past. Zoe wants to keep her past in the past. Werepapas. Flashbacks let us know Emily's parents suck. Grandparents are coming over for lunch. Marinette disguises herself as a waitress to be there for Adrien. Grandpa Graham wants full custody of Adrien. Millie gets akumatized into Ringmaster, which is a much better episode title. Grandpas get turned into wolves, and Adrien is locked away in a trophy. Marinette transforms into Ladybug. Cat Noir lets Ladybug know he can't make it. The akuma's in the rings. Adrien's sentient life is put in jeopardy as Ladybug hesitates to break the rings, and is relieved when Adrien appears. Natalie moves up to Guardian role. Sleeping Syren. The trio are set to break up couples. Odine worries that her and Kim haven't kissed yet. Kim, being an idiot, causes Odine to be akumatized into Syren. We remind ourselves that Master Fu originally gave the Monkey Miraculous to Kim, and not Ladybug. Sleeping Syren takes a nap. King Monkey's not invited to the party. We get Ladybug and Cat Noir's Aqua Power up. Ryoko's turned into a toad, so Aquabug becomes Aqua Dragon Bug. We get Kim's transformation into King Monkey. Dragonbug was needed to defeat the dragon, so we needed Ryoko out of the way. Kim and Odine kiss. Fury shows up. At Toro de Piedra, Ivan's dad wants him to steal the Mona Lisa. Adrien is reunited with his old frog toe, which was stored in his memory boxes. Marinette finds a letter to Adrien from Gabe in an old photo album. Luca is in Brazil. Natalie seems to be up to some sketchy stuff. Gabe apparently wants Adrien to turn to the dark side. They dance around the sentient monster facts. Ivan needs some fresh air. Ivan doesn't go through with the heist. Ivan's dad Riol is akumatized into El Toro de Piedra. Kitty section has technical problems. Minotaurox calls Ladybug to renounce his Miraculous. Another one so soon? We get Ivan's transformation into Minotaurox. Rose gives Juleika the confidence to perform solo. Minotaurix defeats El Toro de Piedra. Facing the truth will help you grow. Marinette attempts to give the letter, but can't go through with it. We learn that there's a secret society. Natalie and the machine need to continue Gabe's plans. Natalie's dad's on the council member and wants a Miraculous. He sucks too. Vampigami. Rose is actually bald and is wearing a wig. It's early in the morning and the mail's come with 2 tickets to a horror musical. Marinette doesn't like horror. We're introduced to Prem during a musical number. The trio continue to cause trouble between couples and have picked Rose and Juleika this time. Nelson and Ray get tickets to the show to give to Prem, but he can only take one other person. At the theater, Rose tries to leave when she realizes Juleika's not okay. Marinette admits to Adrien she hates horror. Butterfly Miraculous Holder came to the movie prepared. Prem believes he is the cause and gets akumatized into Count Vampigami. So why isn't the episode called Count Vampigami? Tikki spots the video camera in the ladies' bathroom. Marinette makes it out of the theater and avoids being followed. Ladybug calls Purple Tigress and Pigella to help. That's not how bowling balls work. Count Vampigami is locked in Fantasyland by the Pig Miraculous gift. Ladybug lets Cat Noir know someone's trying to find out their identities. Lila convinced Marinette is Ladybug, but Miss Tsurugi thinks she needs to explore other avenues. Lila has a fancy car. Mr. Agreste. Flashback confirming Luca knows Ladybug and Cat Noir's identities, so the writers ship him off so they don't have to do anything with it. Marinette has a weird dream and starts messing up her words. Adrien wonders how his father could be the one that saved the world. We learn that the statue of Gabe made from the Alliance rings was vandalized. As we don't already like Fear, he's a perfect character to idolize Gabe. Adrien needs to think about a new statue. Marinette has second thoughts about keeping Monarch's identity from Adrien. We meet Enrique, Luca's pretend girlfriend. We learn that Luca went back to Brazil because he is still in love with Marinette and fears seeing Marinette and Adrien together will lead to jealousy, ruining their friendship. Adrien decides he doesn't want a statue. Ladybug arrives in Brazil. Ladybug unifies the Ladybug and Snake Miraculous to become a Viperbug to tell Luca Gabe was Monarch, wanting to know if she did the right thing. But instead, Luca wants to borrow the Ladybug Miraculous and admit he still loves her. Viperbug panics and resets time. Theo gets akumatized into Mr. Agreste. A large clay Gabriel Agreste comes after Adrien. Cat Noir gets trapped under rubble, but somehow is unable to cataclysm it, allowing Mr. Agreste to sprout a tiny hand of nightmare fuel to retrieve the Cat Miraculous. Adrien escapes into the subway. Ladybug calls Lucky Charms that point to Adrien before being captured. Adrien says bad things about Gabe to harden Mr. Agreste, a cold, heartless statue. Enrique discovers Luca knows Ladybug, as she herself has a magical creature. The Dark Castle. We are reminded who Alex is and why she's in the burrow. Mr. D'Argencourt's no longer a nice guy. He wants the Louvre's glass pyramid removed. The group decides to make video messages for Alex's birthday. Marinette is visited by future Bunnybug with a genius idea. Ladybug unifies the Ladybug and Rabbit Miraculous to become Bunnybug. Aglaé notices Marinette is missing. What's she even doing there? She doesn't know Alex. Marinette watches the birthday from the bar and tweaks some events, but this causes total world destruction. Mr. D'Argencourt is akumatized into the Dark Castle. As Bunnybug can't leave the bar, she calls on future Marinette to watch the Rabbit Miraculous. Marinette becomes Bunnynette. Butterfly Miraculous Holder notices she wasn't there, but needs to check again and again to make sure. Although the cake was smashed on Janelle, Alex brought a piece back for Marinette. Revelator. Flashback to when the heroes were training not to de-transform. The group gets the name The Miraculous. Adrien wishes for a simple life. We see a vandalized bakery, but it's never mentioned. The stalker photographer from Pixelator's back, spreading misinformation about Marinette and Adrien. Marinette and Adrien want to talk to Vincent, but Alia thinks it's a bad idea. Vincent has the idea to interview Marinette and Adrien. Vincent does some creative editing and changes what Marinette said. Alia mirages herself to get the truth out of Vincent. Then they use this information to expose Vincent. Vincent loses his followers, which leads to his akumatization into Revelator. Ladybug gets hit early, so her secret's out in the open. Cat Noir also gets hit and learns that even with his cataclysm, the secret is shown. Rena thinks Ladybug's biggest secret is her secret identity, and she knows that, so she picks up the orb, only for it to reveal Gabe was Monarch. Rena wants this secret gone, but it doesn't erase with Miraculous Ladybug. Cat Noir calls on his cataclysm and sends it raining down destruction. It works and erases Rena Rouge's memory. Butterfly Miraculous Holder has secrets. Marinette is afraid Alia will hate her. Alia wonders why she would hate Marinette and plans to figure out how to help her. Wreckless Driver. The Spirit reenacts Queen Bee train scene. Aglae's scared of Ladybug. Aglae apparently became scared of bugs after becoming akumatized. Max is confirmed to be on the autism spectrum. Therapy is recommended for Aglae. Adrien learns about therapy. Aglae goes to therapy. Adrien thinks it might be good for him to go to therapy. Apparently, Aglae was akumatized into Lady Butterfly. Seems that Miraculous Cat Noir should have been a regular thing to get rid of everyone's post-traumatic stress. Aglae's not happy and leaves the doctor's office, and travels in the lift alone. Doctor is akumatized into Wreckless Driver. She goes after Aglae to fix her. Cat Noir gets sucked into the car, gets his sphere removed, and adds another anti-akuma to his tally. Aglae's next therapy session, she does some exposure therapy. Adrien gets some therapy to talk about his father, Yaksi Gozen. Flashback to confrontation, but continues on to see Miss Tsurugi call Lila. Marinette sets unrealistic relationship expectations. Kagami stands up to her mother. Adrien tries to do something for Marinette. Plagg has an idea. We learn Miss Tsurugi, the queen of technology, has robot eyes. Flashback to how the Tsurugis ended up in Paris. We get a transformation of the new butterfly holder into Chrysalis. Lila's here to help. The plan is for Miss Tsurugi to get akumatized to capture Felix, so they can take his ring and make him a spy. Felix and Kagami, senti-monsters, confirmed. The plan is to put the amok-holding rings into Ladybug's yo-yo to keep them safe. Felix betrayal mentioned, but they're all good now. No hard feelings. Ladybug takes the rings, but drops them as surprise guests enter her room. Yaksi Gozen finds Kagami and takes Felix. The plan fails as Felix doesn't have his amok ring. Kagami gets a full transformation into Ryoko. Chrysalis escapes unnoticed. Yaksi Gozen puts on a show. Felix and Kagami decide to keep their rings. Miss Tsurugi is confirmed to be the machine on the council. A new diamond has been appointed to the council.
Done this on my own.
But we're the cat and bug team, remember?
Bug and cat team, you mean?